Let's talk about threat defense. And let's begin by understanding that there is a fundamental problem with traditional security. Back in the day, we used to rely heavily on signature-based detection. A file comes in, we check it against a list of known bad signatures, and if there's a match, we block it. The problem is, what happens when a new piece of malware shows up that nobody's ever seen before? Or what about malware that can change its signature every time it spreads? That's called polymorphic malware, and signature-based detection is really no match for that. And today's threats, they're very sophisticated. We're dealing with advanced persistent threats, or APTs, where attackers, they get into your network, and they might stay hidden for months. We're dealing with zero-day exploits that weaponize vulnerabilities that nobody ever knew existed. So Cisco's approach to threat defense isn't just about checking files at the door, it's about continuous analysis, watching behavior over time, and what they call retrospective security, which is the ability to go back in time and identify threats that did initially slip through. Now, let's break down how this actually works. At the heart of Cisco's threat defense is Cisco Talos, and Talos is the world's largest commercial threat intelligence team. We're talking about hundreds of researchers analyzing data from billions of web requests, billions of emails, and millions of malware samples every single day. They're identifying new threats, they're reverse engineering malware, and they're tracking threat actors. And here's why that matters to you. All of that intelligence, it feeds directly into Cisco's security products in real time. When Talos identifies a new threat in one customer's environment, that information gets pushed out to every Cisco Secure firewall, every Cisco Secure Access deployment, every Cisco Secure endpoint instance globally. Cisco calls this collective immunity. See it once, block it everywhere. And Cisco categorizes threat defense into three phases: before, during, and after an attack. And this is going to be important because most traditional security solutions, they only focus on one of these phases. Before an attack, we want to prevent as much as possible. This is where Talos Intelligence feeds into our firewalls, giving those firewalls updated threat information. And this is where Cisco Secure Access can block connections to known malicious domains at the DNS layer, and where your security policies stop obvious threats. Now, during an attack, you need real-time detection, and Cisco Secure IPS can analyze traffic for suspicious patterns. Cisco Malware Defense examines files. Cisco Secure Malware Analytics, the sandboxing environment, that can detonate suspicious files in a safe environment to see what do they actually do. But the phase that really differentiates Cisco is the after phase. Because let's be realistic, some threats, they're going to get through. That's not pessimism, that's reality. And when they do get through, we need retrospective security, the ability to track where that file went, what systems it touched, and contain the damage. And we'll dig deeper into that when we talk about endpoint security a bit later in this module. Now, before we go any further, let's address something that might trip you up on the exam. Cisco has rebranded virtually their entire security portfolio to use the Cisco Secure naming convention. And this is going to be important because on the exam, you might see either the old name or the new name. Cisco Umbrella, that is now Cisco Secure Access. Although Umbrella is still used for DNS layer security, the broader SSE solution is Secure Access. Cisco AnyConnect VPN Client, that's now Cisco Secure Client. AMP for endpoints, advanced malware protection, that's now Cisco Secure Endpoint. And on the firewall side, Firepower NGFW, Next Generation Firewall, that's now Cisco Secure Firewall. Even though the software you find on that is still called Firepower Threat Defense, FTD. And the management platform, Firepower Management Center, or FMC, that's now Cisco Secure Firewall Management Center. The Firepower Next Generation IPS is now Cisco Secure IPS. AMP for networks is now Cisco Malware Defense. For email and web security, the Email Security Appliance, or the ESA, that's now Cisco Secure Email Gateway. The Web Security Appliance, or WSA, that's now Cisco Secure Web Appliance. And ThreatGrid, the sandboxing solution, that's now Cisco Secure Malware Analytics. And as we wrap up this video, let me quickly highlight some key products in the threat defense portfolio using the current naming. Cisco Secure Access. You might remember this as Umbrella before the rebrand. Well, Cisco provides DNS layer security, and it's evolving into a full Security Service Edge, or SSE solution. So when a user tries to reach a malicious domain, Secure Access can block the DNS resolution before the connection ever happens. It's a really elegant solution because you don't need to install anything on the endpoints for basic protection. Cisco Secure Email Gateway, formerly Email Security Appliance or ESA, that handles email-borne threats, phishing, malware attachment, business email compromise. And it's critical to have this defense because email, it's still the number one attack vector. Cisco Secure Web Appliance, formerly WSA, that's going to give us web filtering and it's going to scan web traffic for malware. And Cisco Secure Malware Analytics, formerly ThreatGrid, that is the advanced sandboxing environment where suspicious files get detonated and analyzed.